Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is the 61st part of What If Deku Was Sanji's Reincarnation, My Heroes Reborn. The author of this great fanfic is Emily. Links to them and original story in the description. Chapter 61, Chaos and Ponies. The walk to the they room was quiet. Katsuki was still dealing with the whole teachers junior high didn't do their damn job revelation. However, while it was quiet, there was an altered from Momo's phone. "What's wrong?" asked Achiko. "It's another text from Hibiki. He's still running late," sighed Momo. "Is there a reason?" asked Izuku. Momo showed them the texts she was getting. It was a long list of the kind of day Hibiki was having. First, his car didn't start and he had to wait for a guy to see what was wrong. Then on the way to school he got roped into fighting not one, not two but 3 robberies. "Wow, he's having really bad luck today," said Achiko. "It seems like he's having a pretty chaotic day," said Mashireo. Tori looked at Mashireo after he said that. "It could be, could it?" thought Toru. "He should be here in a few minutes," said Momo, since his most recent text says he's just arrived. The 6 entered the therapy room, however when they entered all of them got a bad feeling. Like there was someone in there. "I'm not the only one getting the feeling, right?" asked Katsuki. "No," said Momo. They heard laughing above them. They looked towards the ceiling and above them as a strange monster. It was a serpentine-like creature with mismatched body parts of various animals, including a pair of wings, one of which was a bat wing and the other was a wing respawn of birds that was blue. Before any one of them could do anything to attack the monster, it snapped a bird-like claw and there was a bright flash of light. Meanwhile, Hibiki was walking briskly to the therapy room. "Come on, something won't happen to the kids," said Aiko. "You're just having a really, really bad day." "Look, I don't think it's just a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. I think there's something more going on," said Hibiki. He got to the therapy room to see the 6 compete vanish from the room, except for one thing, the trackers and transfers, which all fell to the floor once that they were gone. "Oh, that's not good," said Aiko. That was when a piece of paper slowly fell down from the ceiling. Hibiki picked up. "Don't worry, they're safe, they're just going on a little adventure to get closer." Discord. Read Hibiki. Meanwhile, in another world there was a bright flash of light. It was in the middle of a town. Suddenly a bunch of ponies fell down from somewhere. And indeed it was the group transformed into ponies. "What happened?" asked Achiko, who was now a light pink pony with wings. That was when they all noticed their transformation. "What the fuck?" yelled Katsuki, who now an orange pony. "We're in Equestria," said Toru, who was there, but to do not wearing anything they couldn't see her at all, and well, "I know why we were turned into ponies." "Why?" asked Izuku, who was mint green and had a unicorn horn. "Well, you see, if a human goes to Equestria they turn into a pony, and if a pony goes to a human world they turn human, unless it's funny," said Toru, "and it's magic, and yes, I've heard of this happening before many times." "Why would that monster bring us here?" asked Momo, who was a red pony with a red horn. "Wait, that monster wasn't," said Mashireo, who was a white pony and had a much bigger tail than anyone else. "It was Discord," confirmed Toru. With the exception of Katsuki, the other side knowing that was going to happen sooner or later. After all, they were warned several times. Katsuki noticed a griffin and a dragon walk by in a conversation. "And there's other things besides ponies." "What the fuck?" yelled Katsuki. "I don't control these things," said Toru. That was when there was a bright flash of light and a paper fell to the ground. "Try to find me, it won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll find me sooner, and when you do I'll send you back to your world." Read Izuku. "Okay, clear. You're telling us where he might be," yelled Katsuki, "so I can personally blow him up." That was when he unleashed his quirk, which actually did work. "Discord troubles, huh?" said a voice. They turned to see an old orange mare. "How did you know?" asked Izuku. "Trust me, I've dealt with that lousy prankster for years," muttered the old mare. My wife and our friends had to deal with him many times." "Do you have any idea where the fucker is?" yelled Katsuki. "Now here, Sonny, do you think you can calm down so we can talk about this like responsible ponies?" said the old mare. "Kaken, please," said Izuku. "We don't need to listen to stories. We need to find this asshole. The sooner we can get home," yelled Katsuki. That was when the old mare stared at him and bucked him hard, sending him flying. "Still got it," laughed the old mare, "but seriously, youngin', you have no idea what you're getting into." Katsuki looked at the old mare and knew she was one of those old women. The type that can kick several ways until Sunday and still look frail. Katsuki managed to get up like nothing but entered Zoro mode because he knew he really shouldn't piss off the old mare again. Look, Discord is impossible to figure out, sighed the old mare. She muttered something under her breath, but none of them were able to hear it. "Do you have any idea where he might be?" asked Momo. "I'd check the Everfree Forest first," said the old mare. "If he's not there, I would check the Royal Maze." "Thank you," said Momo. They all ran off so that Toru could explain better. After all, the old mare sighed as they ran off. "Auntie Jack," said a voice. The old man looked at a yellow pony with a pink mane and tail. "Hey, Lil Cheese," said the old mare, "what brings you here?" "This is going to sound odd," said the pony named Lil Cheese, "but my cheesy sense told me that my mom was here, and well." The old mare sighed. "Well, has Twilight told you about what happened to your mother's soul?" "You mean about how she was reincarnated in another world and thanks to an evil villain she remember her past life?" "Wait," said Lil Cheese. "Discord," confirmed the old mare. Lil Cheese then got angry. "Why, that no good? I am turning him into a piñata," yelled Lil Cheese, taking out a piñata stick, complete with streamers on it, and then running off. The old mare sighed. "I'm going to have to give her a call," sighed the old mare. "Having Luna visit her is one thing, but dragging her and her new friends here to Equestria is another." Meanwhile, at the edge of town. "Toru, did you know her?" asked Izuku. "Yeah, that's Applejack," said Toru. "Let me guess, a really close friend," muttered Katsuki. "Yeah, and possibly my fourth cousin twice removed by a fifth cousin," said Toru. "Do you know where the Everfree Forest is?" asked Achiko. "I do. And I even know where he might be," said Toru. We might need something to follow you," said Achiko. "Yeah," said Toru. "My quirk still works," said Momo. "I can make anything you want." "Wait, about your quirks?" asked Izuku, who still feel his. "You saw it," muttered Katsuki. "My tail is just covered in hair," said Mashireo, who was standing on his tail. Achiko was looking at her front hooves, which had a horseshoe-shaped pads on them. She touched a rock, causing it to float, and then released it. Mine's work," said Achiko. Everyone nodded. "I think I ribbon could work," said Toru. Momo nodded and created a white ribbon. "Do you need help putting it on?" asked Izuku. "No, I got this," said Toru, trying what looked like around her neck. "Wait, how would you have helped?" asked Mashireo. Izuku started to blush. "I can see her when I use observation haki," admitted Izuku. "Wait, is that why you focused on not looking at me during the stain fight?" asked Toru. Izuku blushed even more. "Wait, you can see what I look like," said Toru. It looked like Katsuki was interested in this as well and decided to use observation haki. "Wait, you have wings?" he asked. "Yeah. I was turned into a Pegasus like Achiko." said Toru. I do know why, but you wouldn't understand it. They all stared at her, unsure how to respond. I don't think it's a good idea to go through your powers right now due to the fact we want to get home as soon as possible, said Toru. Also, it's a good chance we'll be fighting a bunch of monster while going through the Everfree forest. She's got a point, sighed Momo. Wait, what was that about monsters? Asked Ochako. Sometime later, the 6 of them were fighting a massive timber wolf. As in a wolf made out of timber. Why did they have to combine? Yelled Katsuki. Look, it doesn't matter. We just have to stop it. Yelled Momo. Will cutting them up work? Asked Izuku, coming up with an idea. I don't know, maybe, said Toru. Momo and Katsuki looked at each other and nodded. They knew they had to try. Ochako distracted the timber wolf with rocks she floated and rained down on them. Thankfully, Momo created the swords needed, and both of them easily cut down the gigantic timber wolf. Wait, said Mashireo, how are you holding things with your hooves? The two realized that they were holding the swords with their hooves. It's weird pony magic, said Toru. I never understood it, to be honest. I can't wait until we get where we need to go, said Katsuki with his eye twitching. Thankfully, they arrived in the location that Applejack recommended, which was a beautiful treehouse. When they entered, however, saw a sign appeared in a flash of light. Congratulations, but our Discord is another castle. Seriously? Asked Izuku, face woofing. There was another flash of light and a bunch of train tickets appeared on the floor. Come on, I'll lead you the train station, sighed Toru, who also didn't sound too surprised that Discord wasn't there. We have a train to catch, pointed out Momo. Thankfully, there weren't as many threats on the way back to Ponyville. Yes, that's the name of the town they went to. Though they did run into a crocodile made of rocks, but Mashireo was still able to Bakusai Tenketsu on it. They got to the train, which thankfully wouldn't take that long. This train looks like a toy for a little girl, muttered Katsuki. You know, I was thinking maybe we should have gone to his castle maze first, said Momo. Really, why? Asked Ochako. Momo stared, looking at both Katsuki and Mashireo. Mashireo just sighed at the look. Why are you looking at me? He yelled. Do you think he'll ever stop being in denial? Asked Ochako. Considering he had an entire life of being in denial, no, answered Izuku, who had entered Sanji mode with a sigh. They got to the city of Canterlot, the capital city of the land of Equestria. So where's this maze we're supposed to be going to? Asked Katsuki. It's not closed to the public, is it? Asked Izuku. No, it's open to the public, said Toru. They headed to the castle. They arrived at the castle and headed to the public areas. There's not that many ponies here, said Izuku. This is a weird stature, said Ochako, noticing one that was made up of 3 figures. One was a really thin centaur, one was a hissing monster of some kind, and the last a little Pegasus filly. Oh, that's actually 3 of our bigger enemies that were turned to stone, said Toru. And you have it up in public display? Asked Momo. Come on, said Katsuki, we need to go into the maze. He walked towards the other direction of the maze. Other way, sighed Izuku. Katsuki grumbled and headed to the right way. They entered the hedge maze and suddenly it closed behind them. I think he's here, said Izuku. That's pretty obvious, muttered Katsuki. They looked around for a bit, with Izuku making sure that Mashireo and Katsuki weren't separated. That was when they got to a clearing. They saw Discord reading a book entitled My Little Hero. I've been waiting for you, said Discord. He set the book on fire and looked at them. Okay, we found you, muttered Katsuki. Send us back already. Oh, come on. You should know it wouldn't be that easy, said Discord. What's that supposed to mean? Asked Momo. He wants a fight, said Izuku, getting that feeling. That's right. In this scenario, I'm a villain who's got you trapped in this world. Said Discord, it would make sense for the heroes to fight the villain. Really? Asked Toru. Sorry, but consider this training, said Discord. You know you made a mistake, said Katsuki with a grin. Izuku, Mashireo and Momo also looked ready to fight him. However, before a fight could erupt, something very unexpected happened. Discord, said a voice. Oh no, said Discord, sounding like he got caught with someone he shouldn't be doing. They all turned to the source of the voice and Discord gulped. It was clear that they weren't going to fight after all. It was a pony, however there was something ethereal about her. She had a light yellow body and an ethereal pink mane. No way, she went with it, whispered Toru. Hi dear, said Discord nervously. Don't hi dear me, said the pony, you told me that you weren't going to do that. Discord was now looking sheepish. Who is she? Asked Izuku. Fluttershy, who is his wife, said Toru. So he's whipped, said Katsuki. Pretty much, said Toru. Come on, Fluttershy. I thought it would be fun to bring them into the world, said Discord. Fluttershy just gave her husband a look and crossed her forelegs. How is she still alive? Whispered Ochako. Oh, Discord offered to turn into a personification of nature. I guess she made her decision after, said Toru. They knew what she wasn't no saying, after Pinky died. Fine, I'll send them home, said Discord. Toru, said Fluttershy to the floating ribbon. It was clear that she was sad seeing the invisible girl turn pony who was one of her closest friends at one point. Hey, said Toru. Discord was about to snap a claw. Wait, said Fluttershy. Why? Asked Katsuki suspiciously. Piñata, yelled Lil Cheese, showing up. Oh no, yelled Discord. They all watched as Lil Cheese began to beat Discord with the piñata stick. As Lil Cheese began to beat him up, candy poured from his body. The six watched. Momo, Ochako and Izuku were horrified, while Mashireo wasn't sure how to react, while Katsuki tried not to smirk at this. You let take them home now, said Fluttershy. Discord snapped his claw and all six of them disappeared in a bright flash of light. Back at UA in the teacher's lounge, Hibiki had finished telling Nizu, Aizawa, and All Might what happened. How can we even believe this story? Said Aizawa. I would like we're dealing the same world as someone who can pull out party-based weaponry from who knows where. Said Hibiki, I think her being friends with the living embodiment of chaos makes sense. Aizawa just pinched the bridge of his nose. From the sounds of it though, it sounds like just a prank he's pulling. Said Nizu, I'm sure it will turn out fine. Hibiki stared at Nizu and then looked at All Might, who was shaking his head no, as if saying you don't want to know. However, before more could be said, there was a bright flash of light and all six students, once again human, all appeared several feet in the air before crashing down to the floor in a pile. All Might jumped behind the couch so none of them could see them. Well, the four that didn't know about his weakened form, if it was just Izuku and Ochako, it would be just fine. Really? Asked Aizawa to All Might. All Might looked somewhat sheepish, though he had forgotten that Momo had once saw him in his thin form and didn't know who he was. Is everyone okay? Asked Izuku. I've had worse falls, said Ochako. They all noticed where they were and noticed their homeroom teacher and principal along with Hibiki, who had a look on his face that said he told them. Though Katsuki thought he saw someone behind the couch but then decided it was better to ignore it. How was your trip? Asked Nizu. It's better not to say, sighed Momo. It could have been worse, said Izuku. That world is fucking weird and we were turned into ponies, muttered Katsuki. Well, at a magical world, so having rules like that would make sense, said Nizu. Maybe it better if you just head back to the dorms, said Hibiki. You probably has a long afternoon. The six nodded. Wait, before you go, your friend made sure you didn't bring certain things with you, said Hibiki. Katsuki noticed that his tracker cuff, it's better not to call it a bracelet, was missing and grinned. However, before he could react, Aizawa caught him up in his scarf/capture weapon. What the fuck? Yelled Katsuki. Look, said Aizawa, even I know you refuse to wear it, until you accept it you have to do this. Katsuki struggled despite knowing that it wouldn't work. Meanwhile, in Equestria, Discord was nursing his body. I hope you learned your lesson about dragging them here, said Fluttershy. What I'm surprised is that you've waited long to do something like that, said Twilight, who was also there. I was waiting for something to happen, said Discord. Really, what? Asked Twilight. You noticed there's 6 of them now, said Discord with a sly smile, when she remembered there was only able to do 5 due to the villain's quirk. Fluttershy giggled, knowing what he is getting at, while Twilight sighed. You knew there was going to a 6th eventually, didn't you? Asked Twilight. Discord didn't answer. Still, I have no reason to drag them back here, said Discord. You're still going to mess with them, said Twilight. I'm still going to mess with them, confirmed Discord. She looked at Fluttershy, who sighed at her husband's antics. Back at UA, Katsuki was angry that the cuff was back on, but that was it. As they headed back to the dorms, Toru sighed. Are you okay? Asked Achiko. I'm fine, it's just going back there and them all is different than Luna sometimes popping up in my dreams. I mean, it's nice to know that Fluttershy made that choice and seeing my past life's child, but... said Toru. Wait, said Katsuki. Achiko, Mashireo, and Momo all froze. None of them knew how they would react to seeing on their past life's children after all. After all, 3 of them, much like Toru, had children in their past lives. Wait, that pony that beat Discord like a piñata, said Izuku. Yep, said Toru, and I know I've been using gender neutral all day, but still, that stupid declaration in character design, seriously. I know I should have said something sooner, but still, it annoys me. What is she talking about? Asked Katsuki. I don't think I want to know, said Mashireo. I don't think he's going to bring us back to Equestria because of those reasons, sighed Toru. But he's still going to mess with us, isn't he? Asked Mashireo. Oh yeah, said Toru. Izuku, Mashireo, Achiko, and Momo sighed, while Katsuki looked like he wanted to murder him. But in the end, it wasn't unexpected. Still, they went to one of the worlds of their past lives, with the rest of them wondering what would happen again to their other old worlds. But still, Discord was going to prank them again. They didn't know where or when, but it was going to happen for sure. They just hoped that it wouldn't be that annoying or that Katsuki would try to murder him. He was the immortal spirit of chaos, so that was unlikely, but still. Who knew what the future held with Discord, but it was for sure he was going to prank them again, no matter what. That will be it for this part. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and comment if you want part 62. If you want to hear more from me, subscribe. I hope to see you all in the next one.